a Harry Nilsson song, One, popularized by Three Dog Night. You'll find this version featuring Amy Mann on a new tribute to the life and work of Harry Nilsson. It's called For the Love of Harry, Everybody Sings Nilsson. This is a track produced by John Bryan. I'm Chris Doritas. Morning becomes eclectic on KCRW. We have in the studio with us not only the first one from the upcoming release, Lost Somewhere Between the Earth and My Home, new work from Geraldine Fibbers on KCRW. Geraldine Fibbers from the forthcoming release, Lost Somewhere Between the Earth and My Home. That's called Blast Off Baby. I'm Chris Doritas. Morning becomes eclectic on KCRW. Watch for the Geraldine Fibbers release to be in stores July 18th. They've got dates in Los Angeles tomorrow at Las Palmas Theater in Hollywood, 1642 North Las Palmas in Hollywood. That is just a prelude to a couple other performances. They've got an in-store set for Aaron's Records Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock is what time you should show up. There's a hoedown in the parking lot, 4 o'clock. Their performance starts at 4:30. Aaron's is at 1150 North Highland in Hollywood. And then the Fibbers are off to join Lollapalooza 95, 14th of July. Good to have you guys back at KCRW, and welcome to Morning Becomes Eclectic.
Thank you. Hello.
Good morning. Hi, Carla.
Hi.
It's great to have you here finally. I have to tell you, the first time I heard your name was from Barry Adamson, who came in here. He's been in here a couple times, but I guess it was, how long ago was it that he did it?
A couple years ago,
yeah,
probably.
2.5 years ago, maybe?
Yeah. And
he came in and he was doing the show, and I just happened to ask him. I said, well, so what else are you doing outside of your own thing? And he said, I'm here producing this band. I mean, I had to bring it up for him to tell me about it. But once I brought it up, he was so excited. He said, this band called Ethel Meat Plow, you're just going to love this, And of course, we did love it. We got it. And that's the first time I heard your voice. And it's, it's been fascinating to watch you develop and grow since then.
Well, thanks.
People, I guess, that's really how Los Angeles first came to know your work, right?
Yeah, I would say. Well, I mean, I've been in bands a lot, but that band was my first kind of real get out there and do a lot of stuff kind of band. Yeah. And
it didn't, although it didn't last very long, I'm sure you learned a lot from that experience.
It was 5 years, actually. Seemed like more.
I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah.
So it was a while before you actually put something down on record.
Well, we had released a lot of 7 inches, and we released a 12-inch, and we had done a lot of recording, actually, and then that record with Barry was our last major recording.
The last hurrah.
Yeah, and we went on for a while after that, and then sort of just, for health reasons, had to end it.
Well, the only remaining member of that experience is yourself.
What do you mean?
There's nobody in Geraldine Fibbers that was associated with Ethel Meat Plow.
That's right, yeah.
I guess that's what I mean to say.
Except there was some carousers in the audience that are in the Geraldine Fibbers now.
Really? Some fans of Ethel Meat Plow?
Yeah.
Well, let's go around the room. We've got Daniel Keenan on guitar and Jesse Green on violin, Bill Tutton on bass, stand-up bass, I might add, and Kevin Fitzgerald on drums, collectively known as Geraldine Fibbers. And it's with this new project that you are now exploring your work and your writing and your songs and things. How would you... well, I'm not even going to ask you to describe it, but I would say that when I first heard that you guys were getting together and doing something under the name Geraldine Fibbers, I was really moved by the country element.
Yeah.
That was brought to the forefront.
That was the original motivation behind the band. Actually, it was something that we put together just so that we could play country music for fun with each other and kind of just get that out, because the original Fibbers were almost all the same people, but we all wanted to do country songs, and we all loved country songs, and that's how it started out. And then when we got more serious, we decided to incorporate a lot of the other things that we loved about music into the music, so we didn't get bored. I mean, I don't know if that sounds right, but that's really what it was. It was just...
Well, you needed the inspiration, I guess.
We needed to have it to be more diverse, because with me, for instance, when Ethel Meat Plow stopped existing, I found that after about a month I was going crazy because I didn't have an outlet for that more edgy, maniacal side of myself. So we started writing material to incorporate that, and it was kind of a challenge to make the two sides kind of get married.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting hearing that marriage on the record and certainly in this live performance. So thanks for bringing it in this morning. We've got the Geraldine Fibbers live on KCRW's Morning Becomes Eclectic.
It wasn't God who made honky-tonk angels, as you said in the words of your song. Too many times married men think they're still single. That has caused many a good girl to go wrong. Well, as I sit here tonight, the jukebox swinging that tune about the wild side of life, and as I listen to the word that you are saying, it brings memories of when I was a trusting wife. It wasn't God who made honky-tonk angels, as you said in the words of your song. Too many times married men think they're still single. That has caused many a good girl to go wrong. Well, it's a shame that all the blame is on us women. It's not true that only you men feel the same. Right from the start, most every heart that's ever broken was because there always was a man to blame. It wasn't God who made honky-tonk angels, as you said in the words of your song. Too many times married men think they're still single. That has caused many a good girl to go wrong. That has caused many a good girl to go wrong.
The Geraldine Fibbers live on KCRW's Morning Becomes Eclectic, Honky Tonk Angels. This is a song you won't find on the new release, but I will tell you about it. It is coming out 18th of July. It's called Lost Somewhere Between the Earth and My Home. The Geraldine Fibbers release set for an in-store date of July 18th from Virgin Records. They'll be at the Las Palmas Theater in Hollywood tomorrow night and up for an in-store performance at Aaron's Records Saturday afternoon for 4:30. Don't be late for that. Carla, whose version of that song was it that you originally fell in love with? Kitty Wells, or was it?
Yeah, definitely Kitty Wells.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who we're trying to figure out who wrote that song. Do you know?
Kevin?
I actually knew at one point, but I no longer know.
Oh, okay. We were just kind of going around the room going, hey, who wrote that? Well, we're researching it, but we just couldn't come up with it in the time that we got back to the air. But always love that.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
So did you grow up with country music, or did you, discover it later, or what?
I definitely discovered it later. I was more of a jazz child, soul music kind of babe.
A jazz mama.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a good sort of education to have at your fingertips.
Definitely, yeah. A good fun for a 7-year-old. But Kevin is a hardcore old-time country music guy, so is Daniel. And Bill, too.
Well, it's good to have that in the rhythm section of the group, isn't it?
Yeah, and Jesse's well steeped in classical music.
Okay. That's Jesse Green, who is a violinist here in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Fitzgerald on drums, and Bill Tutton on stand-up bass, with Daniel Keenan on guitars. Geraldine Fibbers in the studio, and I love the name, the Geraldine Fibbers. I'm sure you get asked about that all the time.
It's a thing that really divides people. It's a love it or hate it kind of thing.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What do the people that don't like it say about it?
They say they hate it. It's okay, though.
It's really grown on me.
I wanted to tell you that the song that we're going to play next, it's a version of a song that's on the record, but we wanted to play some kind of softer, kind of softcore hits for you today. And so we worked up kind of a very...
You'll see.
It's probably the most rockin' song on the record, and we've got something special that we figured out yesterday to do with it to kind of fit the format better, I guess. And
this is where the jazz chops come in, huh?
Yeah.
Well, hey, stretch out. Let's just let it fly here.
Okay, this is a small song.
Geraldine Fibbers in the studio.
Checked, this old boat was getting hot, but my boyfriend was not. Between the earth and my home, lost somewhere between the earth and my home, lost somewhere between the earth and my home. With rocket pods, I was zooming away at an alarming rate in a bunch of nuts and bolts that looked like a toaster. You called out to me, but I couldn't hear you. I covered my eyes from the blinding light as I disappeared behind the clouds. You thought you saw my head explode. You're not dreaming.
like that. That's great. Thanks so much for bringing it in like that. That's terrific. Song called The Small Song. This is, what do we call this? The morning version?
Well, it's more of the probably, very, very late night version.
Okay. The Geraldine Fibbers, live on KCRW's Morning Becomes Eclectic. In the studio with us, Carla Bozulich on vocals. We have Bill Tutton on stand-up bass, Kevin Fitzgerald on drums, and Daniel Keenan on guitars with violinist Jesse Green. Geraldine Fibbers at Las Palmas Theater in Hollywood tomorrow night. They'll also be doing an in-store, I guess an out-of-store performance at Aaron's Records. It'll be in the parking lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's Saturday afternoon. We suggest you show up about 4 o'clock or so, and the Fibbers should go on about 4:30. That's at 1150 North Highland in Hollywood if you want to stop by. It's a free performance from the Geraldine Fibbers.
It's going to be a good time. There's going to be sort of some festivities going on as well.
Really? Like
stuff to eat and drink, I think.
An astro jump and things like that?
Free falling. Daniel's going to free fall from the roof with a dog in his arms. He likes to play fireman.
Yeah. You've described the sound of the Fibbers as psycho pacifier music. Is that something that you use to describe the band on a regular basis, or is this?
I guess just when I get backed into a corner. The reason I made that up was because I knew that people were gonna try to, find just a few syllables to label the band, and I wanted to. I'm a control freak basically, so I wanted to have something to do with what they called us. Of course, it hasn't really stuck, and they still call us. I still see that we're a country band and that we're a, whatever. Yeah. I mean, people say they make up those phrases, so I wanted to try to make up one myself. Mm-hmm. And I think it's kind of suitable, actually.
Yeah, once you know the music, it certainly does. Makes sense. I understand what you're saying by that, because it does have sort of an edgy, invigorating side to it, and on the other end of the spectrum, there's a warmth to it.
Yeah.
But you know how it is. People. Psycho pacifier doesn't tell anybody what it sounds like. So they have to come up with a countrified alternative band.
It's a country grunge band. It's
Any chance you may one day do a collection of country tunes, an album-length collection?
That sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah?
Probably.
What would be some of the songs in your dream album, if you could come up with a couple?
The song about the birds flying over you?
Oh, what are these things with big black wings? Have you ever heard that one?
No.
Oh, well.
Whose song is that?
That's a Louvin Brothers song.
Oh, yeah. And what, you're a big fan of, you mentioned Kitty Wells and George Jones?
I love Dolly.
Yeah?
Love her.
Dolly tribute record.
Yeah, definitely we're going to do a Dolly Parton tribute record.
So you'll do a
with 9 to 5 on it.
9 to 5 and I Will Always Love You.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess this is going to be Marmalade, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a favorite of mine from the album, and I guess this is really about what? Overindulgence, isn't it? Or
I'd like to leave that up to people to get their own idea what it's about, because it's kind of more just it's meant that way. It's meant that you can kind of fit any old weirdness of your own into the confines of it.
Into the jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's Geraldine Fibbers. The Geraldine Fibbers new release, by the way, is going to be in stores the 18th of July. It's titled Lost Somewhere Between the Earth and My Home, and we've got the Geraldine Fibbers live in the studio, a song called Marmalade on KCRW.
memories pass me by. Paddle boats and cherry pie. Wet eyelashes look inside. Droplets gather in your eye. Days and hours melt away. Dolly says I'm here to stay. It's hard to care. The mist comes down. Marmalade, marmalade, tell me a story, help me forget I'm gone. My marmalade. Marmalade, marmalade, hide me somewhere, carry me out of here. My marmalade. Marmalade, marmalade, you're the devil, you're half empty now. My marmalade. My marmalade. My marmalade. My marmalade. My marmalade. My marmalade.
It's the Geraldine Fibbers live on KCRW's Morning Becomes Eclectic. Carla Bozulich on vocals. We're also joined in the studio by Kevin Fitzgerald on drums and Daniel Keenan on guitars and Jesse Green on violin with Bill Tutton on stand-up bass. This is a song called Marmalade. Find it on the new Fibbers release, actually the first full-length release from the Geraldine Fibbers. It's called Lost Somewhere Between the Earth and My Home, forthcoming from Virgin Records. It'll be in stores July 18th. That's a Tuesday. And Geraldine Fibbers are appearing tomorrow at the Las Palmas Theater in Hollywood and Saturday afternoon for an in-store at Aaron's Records, about 4:30 in the parking lot. Carla, I have to ask you, I don't know what to say about your voice. It's just phenomenal. And I mean, where did it come from? What, first of all, what is Bozulich? Is that that must be some sort of Eastern European name?
Yeah, well, that name is Yugoslavian, but that's my stepfather's name. So that's not, I don't have any Yugoslavian blood. But what I have is Armenian and Romanian blood. And then I have, I got, German and I have a whole bunch, actually.
I guess there's a lot in there. Huh?
Yeah.
So there's really no kinship to any of your sort of ancestral roots in terms of like folk singing or folk songs of your heritage.
I love that stuff very, very, very much. I love Romanian folk singers, and I really love those kind of like real old-fashioned harmonies from the old country.
Of the earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to go out with one from the album, which coincidentally is produced by Steve Fisk, who was in the studios here this last week with Pell Mell. This is something you guys did up in Seattle, I guess, right?
Most of it, yeah.
Now, the song that we're about to hear is one of the last songs you wrote for the album.
Mm-hmm. We wrote it the week we started recording.
It's kind of a weird point to be inspired. Do you want to say anything about this as we head into it, or just?
Well, this is a folk tale. I mean, it's a nice segue from speaking about folk singing and stuff. This is a folk tale. It's not that same type of thing. It's not really Eastern European, but this is a folk tale, a fairy tale type of song.
Okay. Well, it's been great having you guys here. We wish you the best of luck, and not only with the dates here in LA, but also with Lollapalooza, which kicks in next week for you. And best of luck with the album.
Thanks.
Thank you. The Geraldine Fibbers on KCRW's Morning Becomes Eclectic.
The devil smiled and put on her party dress. Out on the curb, her curls were a mess. Chaos went tumbling through her nimble hands. Never skipped a beat as she netted another man. In 45 minutes, his head was on a plate, served as the main course at a banquet for the state. Should've stayed home, should've worked late, should've sent those letters in the dusty milk crate, but it's too late. Too late. Too late. It doesn't matter anyway, 'cause when the light goes out, heads are gonna roll. In an hour and a half, the devil was down by the sea, working strange mischief on her bride-to-be. It seems the pretty girl was laughing as her world was filled with doubt. She laughed as her own head was chopped off and the fish came spilling out. Watching the fish swim into the sea through a river of red, she said, I've been wondering what's the trouble in my head. And I thank you for expelling those irritating pests. Now if you'd slap me back together, I'll be at my very best. And we can go, you devil, we can go. Should've set the clocks back, should've taken her time, should've set her hair on fire with vodka and lime, but it's too late.
We're listening to the Geraldine Fibbers from the forthcoming release, Lost Somewhere Between the Earth and My Home, in stores July 18th from Virgin Records. Again, my thanks to the band for joining us. Also thanks to Mark Williams, Aggie B, Scott Fritz for engineering this live broadcast, Steve Herbert, my assistant this morning, Lars Wilcox, and my co-producers, Tracy Saratine. I'm Chris Doritas, back tomorrow from 9 to noon. Special guest at 11:15, Drugstore, in their Los Angeles debut. Monday on the show, Ken Noble of the New York Times is guest DJ with his favorite African music from West Africa. Leica is here the 11th of July. It's Tuesday for their Los Angeles debut. That's at 11:15, Tuesday the 11th. Papa Wemba the 13th, Tricky the 17th, and Gillian Welch the 21st. I've got 5 pairs of tickets for our subscribers to see the Geraldine Fibbers at Las Palmas Theater tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. 10 Cents and Touch Candy open the show. This is at 1642 North Las Palmas in Hollywood. If you haven't received tickets from us in the past 90 days, call now with your membership number, 310-452-6700. Tickets available first come, first served to our subscribers only, 310-452-6700. The Geraldine Fibbers also appear at Aaron's Records in Hollywood Saturday afternoon, 4:30. Monitor Radio's next.
The devil grinned and whispered, comfort is a myth.